This is a spinning wheel, and for the next 7 days, it will have complete control of my whole life. What do you guys do?
When we tell you this start, then you get a point.
Good morning. Just woken up in a stranger's house. They're Scientologists.
This was the time I lived in complete uncertainty to see if it could actually be enjoyable.
Alright, let's find out then.
Okay, so first of all, I had to get on a plane to meet Mia at the randomly selected starting location, which was chosen by Google Earth Dice. Mia, I'll see you in 2 days. Bye. Bye. It landed on a place called Ponte di Mariano, a small town in the rural countryside of Italy. It looked beautiful. We flew to Italy the next day, and after having a couple of days of fun,
And I'm trying to look for the fucking Ponzi. And I'm trying to look for the right thing.
Mia and me were ready to venture off on our own.
So we also need to go and buy socks because someone has forgot their socks and has been wearing my socks for 3 days now.
We evenly split all the Italian cities we could find across Italy. Over the coming days, we'd be choosing countries over cities, but for the first one, we thought it'd be best to travel somewhere within Italy. Okay, so I graduated recently from uni in Bristol, and ever since leaving, there's been less structure, which I like because it's given me more time to go after my dream and try and make this YouTube thing a reality. But when I left, it also did make me feel quite uncertain, just about everything. But what I do know is I have one other friend, Mia. She's also got ADHD, and I know she's been feeling uncertain. And so we came up with the idea that why don't we spend a week in complete uncertainty to try see if it is possible for uncertainty to become an enjoyable thing. Oh, and you know what? Well, the challenge is starting right now. Real time, guys. Bologna. All right. We figured out that getting a train would be the quickest way. We would have to sprint though, as we only had 10 minutes until the train departed. Mia and me are going to Bologna. To get to Bologna, we'd have to trek through the heart of Italy, crossing through Lucca, Pisa and Florence. And also, if you didn't know, Mia's my most chaotic friend. And am I your most chaotic friend?
You are definitely my most.
Really?
You lost your shoes 3 times before we left the house in 10 minutes.
That is true. We'd also have 6 embarrassing challenges, which we'd have to complete along the way to make our lives even more hellish than they already are. It was one of them. Okay. Do you want to see our first challenge?
Okay.
Mr. Thomas Bragg. He's the chief of Yes Theory.
The challenge is that, to the best of your ability, while staying safe, trusting your intuition.
Do we have good intuition?
But your challenge is to stay at a stranger's house.
That is your challenge. Again.
Use your intuition. Don't go in with anyone here.
All right.
Okay. Wow, I was not expecting to do this today.
Am I super sweaty?
I mean, I think we're both super sweaty, but I think that this is the most amount of sausage I've ever seen in my life.
One of the challenges was for a stranger to give us a challenge. So we went up to this guy called Antonio, who ordered us to do this.
Area there is what they call in Italian the covered market, and then also there is a lampredotto that is interior of the stomach.
Will we go eat some of that?
So you can try this one.
Look what I got. Ooh. I got this to share.
What is that?
Do you want to come have a look, or are you wandering off?
That's a cow's inside.
Oh my god, the whiffs of it are so bad.
It looked rancid. So we asked Chingali if he would allow us this one time to skip the challenge. Typical.
I'm actually missing it.
do it, Seb. You've got to do it. 3, 2.
We pushed forwards to Bologna on what would be a 5-hour train ride. We were already feeling the toll. It was a beautiful city.
Ooh.
As always, we had to use a Chingali for everything we did.
So this is for who gets the big bed.
Yeah.
No matter how big or small, Chingali always had the last say.
Of course you get it.
Unlucky.
It's day 1, finished. It's been good, we've done a lot, but I'm very, very hot and sticky. So is Mia. Mia got first shower dibs, but I got the big bed. Small one looks a bit peak, so... We spent the evening messing around the warm streets of Bologna. We ate great food at this Italian restaurant.
Cheers.
Made some new friends.
Wait, you're from Russia? Okay, what's your name? Ilya, Sebastian, Simone, Seb, lovely to meet you. Ado, Seb, lovely to meet you.
And had fun. After getting some sleep, we woke up the next day, ready to spin the wheel again and discover what country we'd be going to next. But of course, not before exploring around the city some more and completing our second challenge.
Subscribe now, my friends.
Let's be quick. I'm only getting socks.
But look at this, how cool is this?
Are you going to buy it? You're not trying it on. We don't have time.
No. Decide your way. Okay, I just got caught off guard by my hairline, sorry. We are now headed to do our second challenge. What is it?
We are going to go try and find a fountain
A fountain.
and swim in it. And I brought El Googleos because I think that's quite hot.
Yeah.
Quite a hot bit.
It's actually so bad. All those little guys are going to start running over. Oh, it's so horrible.
Goggles are on.
You've got some like you've got something on your
Wait, actually.
So far the trip had been working pretty well. We were definitely becoming more used to being okay with being out of control whilst travelling.
This bag is a good representation of our trip.
Up next, it was time for me to be blindfolded, kidnapped, and taken to a random country chosen by Cingale.
Hopefully he's not going to know where we're going until we get there. But let's spin the wheel and book the flights. We are going to Barcelona.
But sadly, when Mia and me were in conversation, she accidentally told me where we were going. So we agreed that instead we'd flip the roles and I would blindfold her the next time we changed countries after this one. How are we doing, Mia?
Just had a mini breakdown. It's like 3:30. Haven't eaten all day. Quite a lot of stress trying to book these flights. Had to spend 3 hours, and every time you click on the flight, it goes off.
And then what happened?
And then we arrive, and
No, but
there was
the thing about telling me. We pushed on to Barcelona.
Okay, so it's our last hour in Barcelona, and we've still got 2 challenges to complete. Oh, that is massive.
We managed to find 2 grannies and complete another challenge. And after exploring the city some more, it was time for us to complete our most awkward challenge to date.
Hey Seb, so I was thinking of this idea, and it's going to sound complicated, but bear with. You know, have you ever had it when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, Seb, how are you? How are you doing? Like, how's this? How's that? Like, how's, you know, and they like seem like they know a lot about you, but you actually have no idea who they are. You could like go up to random strangers and be like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. Like, how are you? I've missed you. Like all this stuff, and then see how they react.
Mia volunteered to go first.
Oh, hey! Hey, how are you? Fine. How are you doing? We saw you the other night at the bar? After the restaurant?
We were going to the beach.
Oh, we saw you the other night? Yeah, yeah. Yeah?
No.
We were at the restaurant and then we went into the bar after.
That wasn't me. No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I swear I recognise you guys.
We just arrived.
You just arrived today?
This morning.
I must be going crazy. I must be going crazy. Sorry. They denied me pretty hard. I think they thought maybe I had some kind of sunstroke or heat stroke.
And of course, it was my turn next.
Mia's done her one, smashed it. Now it's my turn. So hot. Oh my God. Javier.
Sorry?
Javier.
No.
What? We saw each other 3 nights ago.
No.
Are you in the bar, La Cuenta?
Which one?
It was called La Cuenta.
I don't remember.
Really?
Maybe.
You with some of your friends or something?
Probably.
They said you were Javier. You were like doing all
Really?
this? Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
It's nice to see you
Bye-bye.
again, bro. Okay, completed. Bit of a dry one. It rejected me straight up, but got those challenges out the way. Okay, so we made it. Barcelona. Yep, it's fun. Yes, we are tired. We are on our last legs. However, we have one more place to go. Chingali is going to decide it. And because we've got 6 options and we want to make this full as a 10, we did a random generator earlier to pick the 2 which would be vetoed, which would only get 1 selection out for 10. I genuinely don't know where I'm going to go until I see it. And Mia genuinely will have no clue where she's going until she's landed. How great.
Wait, Seb, I can't see. I can't. Do you seriously think I can read what's written? Yeah, and you think I can see?
Okay, fair enough. Okay, here we go. Oh. If I'm being honest, I can't say much, but we'll see what me. I have to escort you through airport.
We set off early the next morning.
Alright, I'm afraid it's time for the eye mask.
Can you help? Please don't let them drop.
How was I going to know they're going to drop?
No.
We're in a last minute flight. Basically, I'm filming a video with my friend where it's a surprise where we're going. So if you cannot tell her where we're going, but we're going to
So far we had completed every challenge bar one. The big one. Convincing a stranger to let us stay at their house.
You need to check into our street. Are we very late?
To be honest, I felt very stressed out about this one. It seemed pretty impossible, but I knew we had to get it done.
If you just stand there, it's good. I think it looks a bit like I'm kidnapping Mia. It's alright, I've got you. I've got you. Everyone's kind of looking at me like we're some type of freaks. Okay, this way. Oh, this way. If you can, try and make sure not to mention me. Because
It's not going to me.
is it not? Oh, where's this going?
This is going to Lisbon.
A big reason I started doing YouTube was because of Yes Theory.
Yeah, I was like wondering, is this kind of a surprise?
It's a surprise.
Okay.
Keep forgetting to put me
And those types of challenges which sought to push people out of their comfort zones.
Thank you. Gracias. Okay.
Bye.
So coming from Thomas himself, I felt like it was one which I would definitely regret if we failed at it. I managed to persuade the cabin crew to announce the final destination in German only.
I will make after the doors closed. Everybody will be on board.
Just to make sure Mia would have no clue. And soon enough, 3 hours later, we've arrived in Munich. Let's go surprise Mia and tell her where we are. Okay, you ready?
Where are we?
Munich.
No way, you threw me off the scent so many times.
I did.
I was shitting myself on the plane.
This is very random. I've never been to Munich in my life, and if I'm being honest, I probably would have never gone.
Wouldn't have never come.
Upon arrival, we realised that the ticket machines didn't accept contactless, and neither Mia nor me had any credit cards. We don't have any credit cards, we only have contactless.
So we can't pay.
And some cash, like 15 euros, so. But that was when we met this kind German lady, who saw we were in mild distress. We're going homeless, ole, ole, ole. And offered to pay for us.
Yeah. So, okay, where do you have to go?
So we're going to Muzak.
To Mozart? Oh, really?
Yeah.
With us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to say I saw the opportunity. We're actually filming a challenge at the moment. I thought, okay, let me rizz them up a bit. Not in like a sexual way, because I know that's what some people use that word, but like in a way that let me make them feel bad for us that we're staying in a 150-man tent, and maybe, just maybe, they'll let us stay at their house. So it's for like a YouTube video. I'm a YouTuber, and we did a challenge. We wanted to like face uncertainty. So we had 1 week, and wherever we spin this, we fly.
One time in 3 months you fly, or?
Oh, no, like
once a day.
You can run into very crazy things.
One of the challenges which we have to do tomorrow is we have to find a stranger to stay with at their house.
Tomorrow. Not today.
Not today.
But thank you.
Now, if you know anyone, that would be amazing.
I know a really nice bridge.
What do you guys do? Are you like for work or?
When we tell you this now, then you get afraid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can tell you what we are, what we believe. It's a religion, but you don't have to be afraid.
Oh, okay.
We are challenge?
Yeah. Oh, did you say Scientology or psychology? Oh, that's pretty interesting. I've heard so much. I'm not afraid of it. I'm more curious.
I think they are nice guys.
Thank you. We've been yeah. And to my and Mia's absolute surprise, they offered to host us for the night. We were slightly terrified because I have always heard of Scientology as a cult.
Though Scientology outright rejects things like psychology and mental illness, its founder and original leader was extremely mentally ill himself.
And I was slightly worried that they might kidnap us.
I think it's very warm. Put your things here. This is a show you where we have everything. Ooh, here we was prepared here.
But I was completely wrong, because Claudia and Tim turned out to be some of the nicest, most caring, positive, and lovely people I've ever met in my life.
We're out here.
We are really out here. We're staying at a stranger's house. We completed it. We completed the challenge with the first strangers we ever met in Germany. And there's a reason, I think, the spinning wheel landed 3 times in a row.
Alright, good morning. Just woken up in Munich, in a stranger's house. They're Scientologists. You were talking about postulating.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Is this to speak positive or something?
Yeah,
Like
in that way. I was telling that you are postulating and that you want to be the best YouTuber in this world.
Yeah.
Okay. But you has also to go for it.
Yeah, do the work.
Yeah, not just think about, but really to believe in you and
To do it.
Yeah.
I tried it before with the old company I worked for, Yes Theory. They were like inspiring, and so they were my favourite people to work for. I wasn't good in school, so when I left, I was just like, I want to get a job there, even though it was very difficult to get, thousands of people applying. But I just like obsessed. Went in my room and learned how to edit. Wrote on my walls like Yes Theory.
Brilliant.
I want to work there. Like 1 year later, they offered me a job.
This is the best example for this. 90 to 99% it works, but we think just of the 1% then often. You know
what
what I
could
want
happen?
to.
Maybe it won't.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, blah. I can't postulate. And this is what I told Mia as well. The most stupid and bad thing we can do for ourselves is the self-invalidation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody around us, everybody is telling you what you have to do, and you're not so good in that, what you are doing.
Yeah.
And this you have to learn to change. That you say, okay, for your good things you are doing. Okay, I did it good. Okay, this was it wasn't perfect, but you try to get the win out of a situation.
Yeah,
of
a positive out of everything.
Yes, and this you acknowledge. And also with your good newspaper. Really, this is really what the world needs. The world doesn't know yet, perhaps.
Yeah,
we let them know.
That's what I think. My whole mission is like, I want to inspire people to make the most of their life.
Wow.
And like do whatever is cool for them, because the fact we're alive and live in an amazing planet despite all the bad things, they're still incredible that we're alive. So I don't get why people would spend it doing things they don't like.
And I really got it that you really mean it. That you want.
This
is your mission, not impossible.
Yeah. Exactly. And part of the challenge is proving to myself, because I believe anything is kind of possible, which sounds naive, but I've also been through a lot of really difficult things in life and really hard, which is I've always think, I don't want to compare because it's never good, but like to a lot of people they go, oh, there's this naive guy who's saying anything's possible and he can do this and chase your dreams, it's cringy, he must be young, immature. But it's like, no, I've probably been through more shit than most people my age, way more. Like, I had my things right, like crazy things happened, and it was so difficult. And I know people have been through way worse, but my point is like, I'm not naive. It's like, despite all the bad things we go through, life is still amazing. You should still chase after your dreams, and I still believe it's possible.
This is so
I think that's why almost we're on this together, because I think we've had kind of similar experiences where we've both had situations and been in the headspace where you can't really see a way forward and you can't see a way to get back to your positive self, and then here we are like 2 years later, and if you've gone told me 2 years ago, I'd be like, there's no way that for me that this is possible to be here, to be doing something like this. Like I wouldn't have even been able to see like a tiny way that could happen just by keeping and trying to work your way up and trying to keep it positive. You can get back to a place. I think that's why we'll do this to kind of together, because it's similar.
Yes,
Thank you.
To you both.
Thank
really.
you.
And this matches, this is what I can see and feel, this matches perfectly.
Thank you guys for watching to the end. What an amazing adventure it was. It definitely helped me become a lot more comfortable with being uncertain whilst travelling. I'm not sure if it did necessarily change that much for uncertainty in my general life, but shout out again to Tim and Claudia. Definitely the highlight of my trip. Big ups to Mia also for coming on this crazy adventure for me. Just what a time it was. What an experience. And if you're still listening to this at the end, comment down below. Tim and Claudia are legends. And in 2025, when I release some new clothes or do a private screening, you guys who comment down below now will be invited or given some stuff for free. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week for another episode.